Hello, hello. Welcome to my space. I hope you are doing well. So, listen, I opened a few cards, and before I opened those ones, I was playing with the tarot deck, and the card that stood out for me, that stays in my mind, it is the Three of Pentacles, talking about people that may want to work with you, collaborate with you, right? And then I sat here, I took the deck that I was inspired to use, and I took a few cards, and it's very interesting. Listen, we are starting here with what we could define as the world card in the tarot, right? We have game over, ending, completion. Kind of feels that the main subject here, it is you completing a cycle. And what's very interesting, it is that in the place of relationship, connection, all those kind of things, right? What we have, it is guilt, remorse, regret. So this comes after the fact that you have completed a cycle. So you are in your own universe right now, and it kind of feels that people here might have some kind of regrets. That very interesting. In the driving energy, we have here the card of intuition, insights, fortune telling, divination. So, what might be here, it is that maybe whatever cycle you have gone through, right, that is over now, you are in another cycle. It has helped you develop some kind of intuition. Maybe you have received a lot of insights. Maybe even you might have developed some kind of psychic ability or have access to it right now, right? So it kind of feels to me here, considering that this guilt, remorse, regret here regarding people, the community, friends, family, whoever, whatever, right? Of your past here, kind of feel that maybe now they understand that you have some kind of value that maybe they didn't value before, something like that. Maybe they want to have access to this intuition of yours, maybe. And then in the fourth place, the foundation, we have fortune, abundance, and luck. So it might also be that they see you now as winning in some kind of way, and this is why there is the guilt, remorse, regret. I have to be very honest here, right? We have here the game also, right? So of course the card is about game over, all those kind of things, but there are games here. So I kind of feel that people might have not taken you seriously in the past, right? And as you are moving into this new cycle, very much connected to yourself, with the card here of intuition, insight, divination, I kind of feel that there is some kind of energy about you now, that you might be in your full power. You might also had some kind of spiritual calling, right? During this period, where apparently you have gone through some difficult times with your environment, right? We have guilt, remorse, regret. Why would there be this energy if not because people might have hurt you in the past, right? The game over also is so you completed a cycle, and I kind of feel that it is related to bad experiences with people. But at the end of the day, what it brought to you, and it's not that it just brought it to you, right? Because some people are going through bad experiences and they stay in a very negative energy, right? When this card is coming up after you going through something difficult, it kind of feels that you have moved forward, you have healed, you have learned the lessons. You understand, there is here something about not abandoning yourself, not allowing other people to destroy you. This is talking about taking back your power in some kind of way, right? And so with the fortune, abundance, luck here, kind of feels that you might even be in a better place now than what you were before. Considering where this card is, I kind of feel, coming back to my mind, the card that I saw before, when I was shuffling the tarot deck, this Three of Pentacles, that maybe people see you as abundance and luck, right? And this might be their regret. Okay. Oof. So we have two cards that turned here. I don't know which one to take, but I will take both of them together, which I don't usually do. But we have here the Liar, and we have the Spell Work, Black Magic, Curse, Hex, right? So, if you have been here, I don't know how to put them. For me, when I'm talking about black magic, so yes, we might be talking, sorry, about voodoo, shmoodoo, all those kind of things, right? But I'm more the concrete kind. So we might be talking about lies, right? This is why those cards, at the end of the day, they kind of go together. Because when somebody is making up lies about you, at the end of the day, it is black magic, right? They are distorting the truth, the reality. So it is black magic. It is spell work at the end of the day, right? So this might be here. Now their regrets, right? Because it kind of feels that they might have painted you in a certain light. So I kind of felt in the beginning that their regret was more about maybe losing access to you, not having considered you as a source of abundance and good luck, and that now maybe they see it. But at the end of the day, I kind of feel that maybe their guilt and their remorse and their regret, it is related more to the fact that the energy that is coming out of you is putting to the light, exposing, this is the word, exposing their lies, right? Okay, I kind of feel here. Yeah, okay, let's continue. Wait, I will first put those cards up. I will put those cards up first of all, and then we will continue. Okay. I'm just showing that there is one behind so I don't forget. But as said, lying, black magic, at the end of the day, it's kind of a little bit the same, right? Tell me six. Destiny, fate, future, karma. Yeah, this is the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Things were destined to go this way. Listen, you kind of feel that you had a toxic environment, right? An environment maybe that was even blocking you, blocking your intuition, blocking your abilities, blocking your good luck. This is what I feel here, right? Because the destiny, fate, future, karma, all of this is in the place of what must be done. So it kind of feels that you had to put an ending to some kind of connections that were blocking your abundance. Because those people were doing black magic on you. And I want to come back on that, right? When I'm saying about the black magic, first of all, if you experience black magic, I'm not here to come and tell you that it doesn't exist. It's not what I'm saying. But I'm just bringing it to some kind of more concrete level. What I'm always saying it is that at the end of the day, the intention of those people, the destructive energy of those people, for them to put it into black magic or just inhabiting this energy, this by itself, it is already very destructive, very karmic, right? So I even kind of feel some kind of backlash here. Yeah. Ok. 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9. Ooh. It's so interesting. It's so interesting because there was a silent before, right? I was getting the information that we might be talking about a family that might have even see your special abilities, your intuition, your psychic abilities. Maybe they've known that you have some kind of deeper connection with the highest, your higher self, all those kind of things, right? And so they truly wanted to make you doubt of yourself. Okay, we saw in readings that we did a few days ago, right? That they were after some kind of fortune of yours. They needed you to be weak in order to have access to something that is yours, right? So, we have here, in the place of healing, player, right? So, this might be the people that you were dealing with, right? They were playing with you. In the karma, we have attachments, toxic cords, negative karmic energy, bad habits. They are stuck there, right? This is also telling me why the game is over for you, why since the game is over for you, you have finally been able to embrace your individuality, maybe reconnecting to your intuition and all those kind of things. Because here I see the devil card, right? All those cards, I'm taking them in the upright position in this deck, right? So they can be in both sides. I kind of feel here the devil in reverse. You have cut toxic ties with people who were trying to keep you bonded. Going back to the reading of before, right? They were trying to control you, to have some kind of control over you. Listen. Yeah. You have detached yourself, you have freed yourself. And we have here, in the outcome, we are talking here about, it is written sibling, right? Brother, sister. It might also be friends that you considered as siblings, and we might be talking about family. It might also be parents, it might be whoever, right? Kind of talks about family here. This here is truly telling me that you were dealing or you grew up maybe in a toxic, dysfunctional family system where it was all about trauma bonding. You might have one parent that is maybe has narcissistic tendency. They needed you to be bonded to them, right? They needed to have some kind of control over you. I'm attracted to the liar here. I see the smear campaign. The moment that you are starting to react, maybe because your intuition is telling you that something is not okay, maybe because you felt like whatever was presented as love from your family, it didn't feel like love. It's not what you feel to be love. There might also be here something of some kind of information delivered to you. So it might be, for example, that you had some kind of download coming to you, telling you, listen, pay attention to that. It might also be that somebody has passed away. This is how we say. and that they are speaking to you, right? Telling you, listen, observe something, right? Sending you some kind of message. Kind of feel that there is here some kind of protection. As said, maybe, a parent, a grandparent, a teacher, someone that you respected, right? Someone that had a lot of love for you when they were alive. And I kind of feel that they might have sent you some kind of information in order to keep you up to date about some kind of toxic energy that you are dealing with. I'm saying that also because we have the intuition inside all of that, right? There is here some kind of something about getting some kind of download. Okay. So let's get a little bit deeper into that. Just a reminder, this is a collective reading, which means that it is a group reading, which means that it might be for you, it might be partly for you, and it might not be for you. So please take what resonates. Sorry, leave the rest. Don't take on yourself a story that is not yours. I'm here in order to give you a little bit more information, insights, or confirmation regarding a situation that you are already aware of. If I'm talking about masculines or feminines, I'm not especially talking about the gender. I'm talking about the energy. So please apply it however it applies to the people in your life, and this reading can be past, present, or future. I didn't check if you can see all the cards. Yes, you can. Okay, let's see. Game over. Tell me. Tell me about the game over. Here. Yeah, listen. I truly feel here, right, it will be a very specific reading, right? It might not apply to everyone, but I truly feel here a trauma bonding family, right? Some narcissistic individuals in the family trying to control you, trying to bond you. I see the enmeshed family. If you don't know what it is, I will explain it here, but also on my Instagram page. It's also the soul review. There are dots between the words, right? I just did a carousel about that, about enmeshed families, right? It's families where, in fact, you are fulfilling a role, right? You are not allowed to be your own individuality. You are part of a system and you need to reflect on this system and you need to stay into your role, right? So, the King of Wands in reverse, somebody domineering, controlling, a tyrant. We spoke already about this person. Maybe you have a few people like that, right? And the Eight of Cups in reverse, not allowing you to take distance and heal. It is about keeping you stuck. They wanted you to be stuck, right? Lying, manipulating, gaslighting, all those things, projections, telling you that you are the problem, you are too sensitive, you are this, you are that, right? All those kind of things. This might reflect on you. Okay. What is this? Guilt, remorse, and regret. I kind of feel truly here, right? That at the end of the day, because of the kind of people that we are talking about, and I truly feel that we are talking about family here, you had no other choice but to either you have to comply, right? And once you decide not to comply and be yourself totally, right? It's totally the kind of family that will do a smear campaign about you. They will try to control you in any kind of way. They don't release, right? and they start not to release the moment that you truly embody your individuality. We are talking here about domineering and controlling energies, right? So at the end of the day, either you are stuck and you are living according to what they want you to be, right? Which is weak very often. You have to fulfill some kind of role, or you have no other choice very often but to go no contact, right? Because they don't release, they are controlling and they want to control you. And when somebody wants to control you, very often you may try to put up boundaries, it doesn't work with them, right? So chances are that if this is what you were dealing with, you went no contact, or you might be heading there, right? Tell me here the guilt, remorse, regret. Guilt, remorse, regret. Yeah. The Two of Cups in reverse. Yeah, listen. You are not dealing with them anymore. You don't see things the same way. You are very, very different people, right? With the Six of Cups here, we are talking about your childhood, maybe. We are talking about healing. We are also talking about them maybe being, thinking about you, about the past, with a lot of regret, right? But it comes after there was no more common ground here, right? With the Two of Cups in reverse, kind of telling me maybe they regret that they didn't listen, right? Because they lost you. They lost you. They might regret something also that they did in the past. It might also be. Yeah, they should have apologized about something, but they were very, very greedy. Very greedy. Yeah, they were sleeping here on something regarding you, and they regret it. Yeah. I kind of feel, right, that at a certain moment they could have done something to try to maybe avoid for you to go there, right? But at the end of the day, I kind of feel that it serves you that they didn't do whatever they might. I kind of feel that the guilt and remorse and regret, it is about, not about how they treat you in general. This is not what I feel. I feel more that it is about tactics, right? They regret something tactical that they did because they lost you. But I kind of feel that at the end of the day, it is serving you. Because since this moment, right, that tactically they did this mistake, right, in the past, it has served you, right? Because you could free yourself totally, right? So let's see here the intuition, insight, fortune teller, telling, divination. Somehow, you know, I truly feel here. Yeah, and then the Hierophant comes out exactly when I'm thinking that. I truly feel here that they try to do some kind of black magic. To be honest, right? Trying to get into your energy. And we might be talking about people that don't believe in that, right? But because you might be in the spiritual realm, right? Because you might believe in numerology, astrology, all those kind of tarot, right? They might have gone to someone in order to try to have some kind of effect on you. It didn't work. It didn't work, right? The reason why it didn't work, it might have affected you. Sorry, I'm going to drink a little bit of water here. I have my water just here. maybe the black magic that they did, it was in order to try to shut you down, right? For you not to speak up. With the Hierophant here, right? So they might have created some kind of negative energies around you, right? This I kind of feel that they succeeded to do. But with the Hierophant here, even if they went to someone to do some kind of black magic, because you are in alignment, right? In direct connection with your higher self, the highest, whatever, ancestors, whatever, right? It didn't work. So yes, you might have felt tired, right? But you might have also put it on the fact that you might have known that you were dealing with a smear campaign here, right? People acting weirdly. Also emotionally, I guess that it was very, very difficult to get to this game over. It doesn't happen in a second, especially if we are talking about family. Family that is playing with you all the time, right? I wonder with this player if they haven't sent somebody in order to maintain some kind of control over you. Tell me here the fortune, abundance, luck. Emperor. Yeah, they were competing with you. They were competing with you here. We have elements of jealousy. There might be some kind of financial stability that you have, right? Maybe we are talking about some kind of will, some kind of money that is owed to you, that is yours. It reminds me of other readings that we did about this family who's trying to steal money, trying to keep somebody very small, very weak, doubting themselves. Right? You took back your power here, right? You took back your power. I want to check this 5 of Wands, even though it's kind of clear, right? Jealousy, competing with you. Let's see here. 5 of Wands, tell me. Tell me the 5 of Wands. What should we know here about this 5 of Wands? The 6 of Swords. And the Hangman in reverse. Yeah, they wanted to maintain some kind... It kind of feels here, right? That they were peaceful because they were feeding themselves out of you. So, we may be talking about money. We may be talking about energy. We may be talking about your lights, your environment. There is here something that was bringing them some kind of the control. Fighting with you, trying to control you, compete with you was bringing them satisfaction. It was making them feel strong. This is what we are talking about here. Somebody who feels strong when they succeed to have some kind of impact on you. Yes, and I'm attracted to the game over here. Yeah, they don't succeed to hurt you anymore. They have no more emotional impact on you. They don't. This is also telling me, right, that your abundance, the doors of your abundance opened the moment that you finally went towards calmer waters, understanding that the situation where you were was stuck. So, if we are going to the higher realm, maybe the highest has opened the doors of abundance. If we are bringing it to something very, very concrete, all the energy that you were putting into fighting those negative energies, right? Maybe trying to convince them of who you are, maybe being hurt by whatever they were doing, all those kind of, all this energy that you poured into a stuck situation, the second that you let go, right, you free this energy, right? And you could finally invest this energy in the right place, right? Okay. Tell me here, let's see, the liar, the black magic. Tell me. Yeah, listen. The lies, the black magic, all of this stopped working if it did work, right? It stopped working on you. I'm not saying about other people, right? If they are doing black magic on other people, spell work on other people, trying to convince them of some kind of reality that is not a reality, trying to keep them attached, right? In a toxic bond with them, right? This has nothing to do with you, right? And it might work there. If people are low vibrational, then it works. The more low vibrational you are, the less you are in alignment with yourself, right? The weaker you are, the more all those things are working on you. But here for you, the moment, right, that you were not confused anymore, right? You understood that you are dealing here with people who are opportunistic, corrupted, greedy, controlling, manipulative, status-driven, ego-driven. The moment you understood here that you are operating with someone totally dishonest, self-centered, selfish, power-hungry, it was done, it was over. This is in the place of the shift, right? Here is when things are changing, the moment that you understood that you cannot trust them. You were not confused anymore. Whatever illusion, delusion they were feeding you, you woke up from that, right? Destiny, fate, future, and karma. Yeah, releasing yourself of the mental prison that they were holding you into, right? The moment that you would be able to free yourself, regain your power, right? It's done. The cards came out like this, right? I feel like turning them like this. I turn both of them, right? The moment you free yourself of the mental prison that they have put you in, there relies your victory. Because at the end of the day, they wanted to keep you stuck, right? They wanted to keep you stuck here because they didn't want to see you be supported and victorious. This was the whole thing. So what must be done? Sixth place, right? What was fated to happen? It is for you to free yourself of this mental prison that they forced you into, right? And there comes your victory. There comes your public recognition. Because until you are stuck here, right, with their bad energies on you, trying to confuse you, trying to keep you busy, trying to keep you in emotional distress, putting stresses into you, putting burdens on you, right? You cannot totally embrace yourself. I'm thinking about the enmeshed family. You cannot be yourself. Even if you want to be yourself, they are just putting so much burdens on you. And when I'm saying burdens, it might be practical burdens, but it might also be emotional burdens, identity burdens, nervous system burdens, right? That you can't. It's impossible, right? But it was all about keeping you stuck. This is what it was. Okay. Let's see here the player. Yeah. Yep, listen. I truly feel here that the healing for you, right, comes from the place of truly understanding that some people, right, and sadly, I want to say sadly, because we are talking a lot about negative, toxic people here, right? Sadly, a lot of people are there, right? You cannot trust their words, right? A lot of people are in competition with other people, right? A lot of people are unhealed. A lot of people are projecting. A lot of people truly, but I said it already in a reading, right? But I'm not here to blame those people, right? I'm a researcher, right? So I want to understand, why is this happening? Why is this happening? Why are so many people feeling threatened by someone, being jealous, being envious, being all in other people's business, comparing themselves all the time? But I kind of feel that if we are looking at how society is, right, in our industrial world, right? When we see the advertisement, all those kind of things, it's all about making you feel not good enough, right? Because this is what makes you buy. Comparing you to other people all the time, right? So anyway, listen. I kind of feel that all of this, at the end of the day, you needed to understand that a lot of people are totally dishonest and you cannot allow them to confuse you. You cannot allow them to have some kind of impact on your truth about yourself, about other people, about life in general, right? Because all the confusion, right, what the player here is representing at the end of the day, it is a smooth talker. It is somebody where the words and the actions, they don't fit. They don't fit, right? But I kind of feel that you got to an ending here, so you understood it. But I truly feel that this was a lesson, and maybe a lesson that might have been difficult for you to accept. I know that for me, it was difficult to accept. I'm a healer, right? So I believe that people can heal. And also, we can be hopeful, and if we grow up in that thing, we don't want to think that people are just lost causes, right? That they are truly bad, that they truly don't love us. So we are making excuses, all those kind of things, right? But at the end of the day, the healing comes from the place of understanding what is yours and what is not yours, right? Because with this confusion that they were creating, you might have been very, very sensitive all the time, right? Because you might have been in a battle that was eating up so much of your energy. So much of your energy, right? So, let's go to the toxic bond, right? But I love it because look at this card, right? We are in the place of karma. You see here that this person is freeing themselves. You see, right? This is the devil's card in reverse. Even in the upright. Because the person is breaking the cords. Tell me here, please. Yeah, understanding that those people were keeping you stuck. It was all about keeping you stuck, right? Yeah. Is there anything else to say about it? I don't think so. Yeah, we know the bondage, right? Why are people bonding you? Because they want to control you, they want to dominate you, they want you to be weak, they might feel threatened by you, by your ability to see the truth, by your intuition, by your light, by your abilities. And it might be even darker than that, right? When we are talking about family that is all about money and they don't give a shit about you, they just want to keep you weak because they want to control you in order to control your money. You understand? This is the darkness of the darkness. But it happens, right? I always say, you know, a narcissist is a narcissist, first of all. So if you have a narcissistic parent, some people say, yeah, but it's your parent. No, it's a narcissist. A narcissist is a narcissist. The fact that it's a parent, that it's a boss, that it's a child, that it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. It's a narcissist, right? A parent becoming a parent doesn't change them, doesn't heal them. It doesn't. It's sad to say, but it's the reality. Very often, narcissistic people, when they have children, it is either because they want the community, right, to treat them as parent, or it is because they are trying to keep somebody stuck, right? Narcissistic reasons. They don't care about the child. They don't care about anyone. They are narcissists, right? So let's see here the siblings. What's going on with these siblings? Yeah, listen. Greed, trying to hold on. Because they don't want to carry their burdens. They wanted you to carry their burdens. Yeah, they are not letting go. Listen, this is clearly telling me, right? They might be totally shocked, right? I don't know when all of this happened to you, right? But let's say that even if you are no contact since months or years, right? I kind of feel that they were sure that you would come back. And I kind of feel that now it is setting in, right? That you won't carry their burdens anymore, that it is game over, it's finished, it's done. I kind of feel that until now, they didn't envision that. This is what I feel. Maybe this is why it's coming up now, right? Kind of feel that you needed to get to this place where for you it was game over, done over, right? And it might be that you were already months there and they were still holding on to the narrative that they created, right? And trust and believe that if they are creating confusion inside of you, they are also full of confusion. They are full of cognitive dissonance. Their inner narrative doesn't even make sense, right? It doesn't make sense. Let's go to closure here. Let's go to closure here, please. Tell me. The Hermit in reverse, the Moon in reverse. Yeah, they are still hiding something, but it is something that you are totally aware of. I want to check something here. Because with this Four of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands in reverse, I kind of feel that they are hiding the fact that you are done with them. This is kind of what I feel that is happening. They are hiding the fact that you are game over with them. Right? And then with the Moon here in reverse, people now see it, know that they were hiding something here. Tell me, please. Give me more information about all of that. Yeah, they presented something as... We have the Six of Cups here. they said, in fact, right, that you were healing. That you were healing things that happened to you in the past that is not related to them, right? This is what they were saying. And I kind of feel that they were also convincing themselves, right? They were convincing themselves of that. That in fact, with this hermit here, they were counting on the fact that you were hiding, maybe you were isolating, maybe they did a smear campaign in order to isolate you, right? This is what they are doing. But the intention here was in order to present the narrative that in fact you didn't cut them off because they are a problem. You didn't even cut them off. No, you are just healing, right? You just demanded to take some kind of distance because you are healing. Maybe you did that in the past, right? And so they use this narrative in order now to create a fake story about the reality that is that for you it is game over. You have cut the bond. It's done. It's done. Right? Let's see. Is there anything more here? Yeah, listen. Trying to maintain some kind of image here. Yeah. It's stuck. Yeah, but I kind of feel, yeah, with this with the moon in reverse. With the moon in reverse, whatever was hidden is coming to the light. We have the Ten of Swords, right? So whatever narrative they have created, whatever idea they have spread, it is coming to an end. It's coming to an end. Yeah, people know that their words are fake. Fake. They cannot trust them. Yeah, they were trying to block here a tower from falling. They were blocking information because they were trying to avoid some kind of tower. But look, the truth is coming out. The truth is coming out about how they have relentlessly done their very best in order to block you, to block information, to make you stressed out. This is obsessive, restless energy, right? Somebody acting without even thinking, right? I truly feel here also the trying to block your fiery energy, your creative energy. This is what I feel here. Yeah, but you took yourself out of this situation. You healed the situation. Yeah, they are stuck. They are totally stuck now. Because it's obvious that you are abundant, you are happy, you are relaxed. Look, the Queen of Cups. You are seen now for the emotionally stable one, emotionally mature. So all their narrative about no, they you know, my sibling, my child, whatever. No, there is no issue between us. They just need to heal of something, you know. They are dealing with mental health issue, depression, addiction, all kind of things. They have gone through something traumatic, and they are just taking distance in order to heal, right? It has nothing to do with us. Nothing to do with us, right? Yeah, but listen, it doesn't work. It doesn't work, right? Yeah, they know that there are people here working together. Yeah, it's known. It's over. They were trying to block you. To block your opportunities, to block your money, to block your happiness, block your stability, block your healing and your heart space. Yeah, listen, block. But justice is here. It's over. Justice is here. Yeah, this is why they are in guilt, remorse, and regret, because justice is here. It's all. Right? The truth is out. Look. Whatever they were expecting, it's not coming because the truth is out. It's done for them. It's done, yeah. Now they are heartbroken, right? Yeah, listen, I will leave it here. I hope that it was helpful, insightful, maybe even healing. I'll read you in the comments. I wish you a beautiful day, afternoon, evening, whenever you are watching this. Until very, very soon. Bye.